guys here and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be continuing the Rimworld run. I removed the character editor mod because I was using it for another playthrough and had it saved onto my playlist. And as it's not needed for the run, I've decided to get rid of it. So during the last episode, we landed at a new map full of mechanoids. We've cleared the first of a stabilizer we need to hack into, and work on that will begin soon, although the progress is going to be quite long with 500 needed. I'm assuming that is for every single stabilizer, and that does appear to be the case. We are going to need to hurry though, so our best researcher will be the only person on the researching for the time being, as we cannot afford the lesser researchers to be getting locked out. We have a small group visit the colony, but we will ignore them as they have nothing to trade. Crafter finishes the sculpture he's working on, and we suspend the bill to save as much wood as possible. The current statues will be placed within the new bedrooms to hopefully increase mood. With Lips and Sam's bedroom not having one, as their mood is probably now the most reliable in the colonies. The next thing I will have done is the hacking of the first stabilizer, and as Tree goes to work on that, we will ready a team to enter the structure on the map. I'm not sure if this had anything to do with the quest, but even if it didn't, it's great news for us. With a decent number of colonists now as well, we should be able to make decent work on getting through this. We find a massive amount of chem fuel in the first room. This will save the wood supply for a very long time. The component box gives 2 components. And then we find some survival meals in the next room. For now, we're going to forbid doors that lead further into the facility, and we'll work on hauling out what we've found so far. Crafter will be tended to, and once his bleeding has gotten a little less serious, then we will go back in. with the decent supply this structure's offered so far though, we can think about setting up for the semi-long term with some defenses, as the ship is still not quite ready to provide sole defense. Tree has finally been detected and locked out for 12 hours, although with the evening here and the colonist heading to bed, that's not an issue. She's already 144 points into the first relay, and I'm imagining at that rate it will probably take 3 to 4 days to complete, and that's if she doesn't level up her intellectual at all during this process. With the map holding at least a decent amount of steel, we set up some static defenses, as we will be here for at least a quadrum, and during that time could see several raids. Tree's hacking has been detected again, and she's locked out for another 12 hours. This being slightly more of a pain, as there is still a decent amount of the day left. Throb will be changed to a overnight schedule now, as we have enough colonists to take up the day schedule. This should hopefully remove their sunlight sensitivity negative mood fort and improve their happiness. To hopefully improve mood, we will begin the True Advent, a ideologic ritual that became available towards the end of the last episode, I believe. The Advent is beautiful, and everyone gains a +6 mood. While this might not completely help Throb's mood out, it should be a decent boost. There are some other things we can do, like building an additional chair at the table. This might allow all of our colonists to eat at once, or at least those trying to grab meals, and this should hopefully prevent at least a couple more of the 8 without a table mood debuffs. We have a child want to join the colony. Their best stat is shooting with a level 1 skill, and honestly, I'm going to accept them. I don't believe they take up as much nutrition, and even if they do, it's fine with the additional resources we have. However, they will be assigned to the ship only. Actually, they'll be unrestricted for the time being, due to there not being very many animals on the map. And during their spare time, we'll just have them clean. We have a quest available. The quest is to draw a mechanoid cluster to us for some decent rewards. I will, however, leave it for the time being, as we have some other stuff to do at the moment, and one of those being, with the first relay disabled, we can work on the next one. And to do that, we are going to have to approach with a decent sized force. Crafter can be excused, as I don't want him getting injured. Some cargo pods drop on the map, releasing a large amount of fine mills, boosting our food stores significantly. And some visitors are passing by as well. The mechanoids are quickly dealt with, and only Throb takes some damage with a single shot to the arm. The relay stabilizer will be set to be auto-hacked, and the colonists will now head back to the ship to turn in for the night. The plan for the morning is to continue the search for some gear and supplies in the nearby facility. For some reason, come the morning, Throb has still not been tended to, and that will be worked upon now. Tree has been locked out for a further 15 hours, but with 170 on the stabilizer already, it's looking pretty good. With that going well, we will prepare the team to head back into the facility to look for some more supplies. And this time we will be clearing out the south section. Entering into a large corridor. There seems to be no enemies about, so we'll have everyone head in and down into the south. Crafter will head back up while some of our colonists work on emptying out the material storage in the room. And yet another decent amount of chem fuel has been discovered. An ancient uplink has been discovered, and we will work on that later, with the priority being the relay stabilizers for the time being. Still no additional enemies have been discovered yet, and this is good news, as it's allowing us to head through fairly quickly. There is a slight issue with the next room, with a turret being in there. But we will have our colonists attack by the door. next room is entered. And it looks like more components are in here. Shio finishes off the turret, and we will have our colonists take a break for the time being. The doors on the rooms that have not been opened yet will be forbidden. And we will have the colonists retreat so they can be tended to, as a fair few of them are now bleeding, and I don't want them to end up collapsing, just in case a raid does end up arriving. We fail a quest to rescue one of Shio's family members, and this does have a negative effect on him, with a -18 to his mood. Not great, but he may be able to manage. Meanwhile, Tree and Kiko will tend to the wounded. The steel deposit to the south has mostly been mined out. And Lips becomes unconscious and unable to get up due to blood loss. Though due to only being 64%, she should be back on her feet by the morning. Some rearranging is done in the northern corridor, so we can place a machining bench and readjust the shelving. This is so we can shred the mechanoid corpses we've found on the map, and also so we can begin producing weaponry. With the injuries looking a little better, Crafter will take a couple of our colonists back into the facility to finish exploring it. Kiko remains to open the chem fuel storage containers while the others head to the next room. It looks to be empty other than a security terminal, which we will have a look at later, although I have no clue what it could potentially open on the map, as I haven't seen anything so far. Kiko finishes up with the chem fuel and begins hauling it back. A hunter drone activates, and we will have our colonists retreat. It explodes and does manage to hit Crafter, who's on the edge of its radius, although with his deathless trait he should be completely fine. He's sent back, and the only other thing within this room is another terminal. There is an additional room to the north, which we will have Kiko, Throb, and Vapey investigate. And it has more components, and with that the facility is completed with just a couple of objects to hack within, and they shall be begun once Tree has finished attacking the southern relay, although we can have Kiko begin to assist. A psychic ship lands, and this is not good for us at all. The defences are ready, and we will have our colonists gather. We have no other way to increase mood for the time being. The attack has to take place now, as there is no other good enough time where mood will be high enough again, due to the increasing severity of the psychic ship. The entirety of our forces arrive, and we begin the attack. Like I'd thought, the second group joins the fight, although we are able to deal with the ciphers reasonably well. The other mechs, however, are sadly not within range. And we will have to consider another approach to dealing with them. While risky, Crafter is the least likely person to be killed, and we will have him head in to try and draw the mechanoids closer. And then jumping back, hopefully causing them to give chase. That sadly didn't work, and we'll have to send him back. Throp has some terrifying hallucinations, and the presence of the psychic ship is now a massive thorn in our side. we don't safely have any way to deal with it now either, due to it being in one of the most open areas of the map. The Lancers have basically a full 360 view of anywhere we can approach them from, and there's no way to build any more defenses to deal with them. The third stabilizer is also within their range, so we may just have to give up with this place before we lose too much resources on it. Crafter is back aboard and is being retendered, and I think with the failed mission we will just leave for the next location. We wait for Kiko to return to the ship so we can leave. And next we will head for the ancient stockpile. With the landing of our ship, we have reached the stockpile and we'll immediately start hacking into the first bunker. Some steel from nearby will be mined as well, and due to the issue with not being in range of the mechanoids from last time, we will look to go into assault rifle and sniper research to increase range, and next time we will have to be more careful with how far out we build defenses against sleeping mechanoids. With the new start on a new map though, I think it's a good point to end the episode. Things for today didn't exactly go as planned, which is a little disappointing. However, there's still a new mission which we can embark on, and this time it will hopefully prove to be successful. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I will hopefully see you next time. Have a great day wherever you are, and goodbye.